Today we are going to discuss about library management. Okay, our subject is managing library and information centers. So before going into the subject, uh, I want to tell you about first what is management. Then only we can understand the concept of library management. So you all might have heard the word management, right?
Yes, sir.
Management is nothing but managing something. What do you say? To oversee something. For example, when you see in a cricket match, IPL, for example, IPL team, there is a manager. So he is a coach. He is managing the team. So
Coordinator.
in case of a teacher, he is managing the students. So to oversee
Okay.
something to bring the best out of them. So the role of the manager or the coach is to bring the best out of players. So similarly, the role of the teacher is to manage the students in a better way so that they perform well in this examination and also uh, get the skills that is required to sustain in the competitive world. So management is to oversee something. Oversee is to look after something. Okay. Did you understand the concept
Okay.
of management?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Whenever if you have any doubts, you just stop me. And after my presentation, we will have a doubt session, clarification session. Okay. So let me
Okay,
go
sir.
into the topic. See, this is the introduction. See, I have given two specific keywords. One is competency and one is managerial competencies. Competency is
Okay.
nothing but a combination of knowledge, skills, and attitudes that contribute to personal effectiveness. Competency is nothing but your skill and your ability to decide whether you can do for you whether you are capable enough to do that particular job or not. So,
Okay.
uh, let me take our own students example. Ajas is good at singing, right? So,
Yes, sir.
Ajas has the competency of singing ability. So, he is good. He is
Okay.
a good singer. So, similarly, everyone will be able to do well in their own interest of field, right? So, competency is a combination of knowledge. You must have the knowledge on that particular subject, the skills, and the behavior, and the attitude that contribute to personal effectiveness. So, competency is the ability to perform a certain task effectively. So, managerial competence. When coming to managerial competencies, the skill that is required by the managers to manage the employees of the organization. Simple. So, for example, if you take when I come back to the coach or something, the coach might be good, but if he doesn't have the skill to coach the players, the players will not perform well. Maybe the coach might be a better player, but the thing is, he doesn't have the skill to manage. So, competency is very important in management. So, what is managerial competencies? A set of knowledge, same skills, behavior, and
Set
attitude
of knowledge.
that a person needs to be effective in a wide range of positions and various types of organizations. So, all of you, please mute your mic now. So, okay. So this is about competency and managerial competency. Competency is nothing but the skill that is required to perform a task effectively. The skill and the knowledge. Okay. So why these managerial competencies are important actually? So you need to use your strength to do your best. You need to know your weakness. So strength and weakness is very important in doing a job, right? So whenever you're attending an interview, they will ask the question, what is your strength and weakness? You have to analyze your strength and weakness to perform a particular job effectively. So you need developmental experiences to work to become successful readers and address your weakness. Right. So based on experience only, you can become a good manager. So you should understand the employees and you should understand how you can bring the best out of employees. So you probably like to be challenged with new learning opportunities. The environment might be changed. For example, if you're going to a library where there is no budget, so what you can do, but they're telling you to develop a digital library, what you will do? So you have to go for open source without money. So for that, you need to have technical knowledge. So that is like a challenging environment. So within the available infrastructure, you need to cope up with the new learning and technologies, but with effective cost budget analysis, right? So organizations do not want to waste human resources. That is true. Globalization, deregulation, restructuring, and new competitors added to the complexity of running a business. See, whenever they start a company, they will think globally, not locally. So, what they will do in the local environment and what they will do internationally. So, the national level and international level is very important in the company's perspective. So they will keep an eye on competitors also. When you're when there is, what do you say, when there is IPL club. Let me take an example of cricket itself. There is IPL club. If Chennai is signing one player, Mumbai will also try to sign player. The competition will be there to keep the team in the high, perform the team in the high level. So this is the importance of managerial competencies. Competency is nothing but skills and abilities that is required to perform a task. The ability. So remember Ajas, he is having the ability to sing. Like that, everyone has your own ability. So this is a model of managerial competencies. First is communication, teamwork, competency, global awareness, self-management, strategic action, planning, and administration. So these, what do you say? These six components are very essential in managing your what do you say, employees or organization effectively. So everything should be needed. You might be a skilled individual worker, but if the importance is, you should be able to bring all the employees of your organization together to achieve the common objective. So that is the effectiveness of managerial purposes. So, what is an organization? So far, we saw about what is competency and managerial competencies. So, first we will go what is organization. So, organization is nothing but a formal and coordinated group of people who function to achieve particular goals. So, for example, we can say university is organization. Any IT company, software company is an organization. TCS is an organization. So, any whatever company, school is organization. Whatever it takes, there will be a specific objective. So what is the objectives of university? To develop teaching, learning, and research, and to promote skill and competencies among students, to help them to become future leaders or scientists or something. That is a common goal. So who are working together in the common goal? The teachers, the researchers, and everyone, the students and everyone are working together to fulfill the aim of the universities. So university is organization, university is organization. So see the first definition, the first line, that is the definition of organization. A formal and coordinated means bringing together group of people who function to achieve particular goals. So here we are a group. So you students, I am teacher, we are a group. So we are studying this to achieve a common goal. What is our common goal here? To successfully complete the MLIS degree and get a good job outside. So that is our common goal, so that we are learning this. So this is how organization works. It will have a formal structure. Like see the if you see this bottom screen, I have given check boxes, blank check boxes. That is the head. From the head, the head will be the top. Like when you take a university, there will be vice chancellor will be a head, and below that there will be managerial heads. Below that there will be subsequent heads. So this is how the university structure will, organization structure will look like. I hope you understand what is organization. So, as I said earlier, organization as a structure, it will start from top to bottom or bottom to top, irrespective of what it is. It will always start from the top. The top, either the CEO or the vice chancellor, whoever has the highest authority, will be at the top. It consists of a group of people striving to reach goals that individual acting alone could not achieve. Yeah, organization consists of group of people, not individuals. It is a combination of individuals who work for the common purpose. So, for example, if you take a cricket team, 11 people are playing together to for a common purpose, like winning the World Cup or winning the IPL trophy. So, this is a single person cannot do that, right? So, that is a group of people to reach common goals, striving together to reach common goals. So, this is the best example, right? The common goal is to win IPL trophy. So, group is the team, either the CSK team or a Mumbai Indians team or Delhi team, whatever team it may be. That is a group. So, here, when we take in our case, you students are a group. We are achieving so that you can complete your MLIS degree successfully and get a good job outside the competitive world. So, that is our common goal here. So now we have saw what is competencies, what is managerial competencies. Now we are going into the actual topic, management. So now we know what is organization, right? Two or more people who work together in a structured way to achieve a specific goal or set of goals. So goal is same only, but more than one people will join together to achieve it. So the purpose of goal is that an organization strives to achieve. So you have to set a goal. In case of IPL, the goal is to win the trophy. So for that, the group will work together. So organization often have more than one goals or goals that are fundamental elements of organization. Yeah, that is true. Not only one goal, there will be more than one goals. For example, how will you say, in our case we can say that in MLAs we can say that my goal is not only make you to complete MLAs degree, that is the primary goal, but also assist you in getting a good job. That is secondary. That is also another goal. It will be, we are having more than one goals. That is also possible in the case of certain organization. So what is the role of management in this organization? To guide the organization towards goal accomplishment. So how to accomplishment is to achieve. So how to achieve that goal? How to help you pass that? How to help you get MLAS degree? How to help you get job after completing MLAS degree? That is the role of management. So management here in the cases, I am the teacher. That is the role of teacher to help you achieve those. So how do I do that? So I have to plan. So I have to. So this is how library works in the present day. So these are the skills you need to learn. So when you learn this and when you go out of the university, you will be able to work in any library with these skills. So I have to help you get those skills during this university time. So that is the role of the management, right? The role of management is to help the organization achieve their goal in a proper way. The proper way in our case is defining a syllabus, and we are learning syllabus every semester so that you get overall skills about becoming a librarian. Hope you understand this particular role of management. So, what is the role of manager here? Okay, people, a person who plans, organizes, directs, controls the allocation of human, material, financial, and information resource in pursuit of organization goals. As I said earlier, a manager is a person who plans how the goal can be achieved. He will make a blueprint like it and organizes, directs, and controls the allocation. He organizes it efficiently. So you see in our MLASC syllabus, it is organized according to subject is organized according to basics to advanced. In the first semester itself, if you study the advanced subject, you will not be able to understand. So you have to organize in such a way that you are new as a you are after completing your UG degree, you will be new. You don't know anything about library science. So we are introducing you to the fundamentals and taking you to the advanced level dissertation. Even in the first semester, if I tell you to do dissertation, it will not be possible. So the organization is very important in the process of management. Allocation of human, material, and financial and information resources. The allocation of human means I might be expert in one field. For example, I am expert in library science field. So I am capable of handling subjects in library science. If the university tells me to go and do some what do you say, you need to handle Punjabi means I cannot do that. So allocation of human resources, you should identify the skill of that particular person and put him in that particular department only. Then only you will be able to get the best out of that person. Okay, if you put me as a lecturer in Punjabi, I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I know nothing about Punjabi, so I cannot handle effectively. So it will be a failure and a waste of time. So on the financial human resources should be maintained carefully according to the skills of that person. So materials also should be according to the needs, what you need, and financials and information resources should be spent wisely in such a way that the organization goals are accomplished. Accomplished means achieved. Okay. So there are different types of managers. So we saw what is organization, what is the role of management, and who is a manager. And now there are different types of managers. There will be different types. So before going into the types, there is a definition called function. What do you mean by function? In managerial terms, a function means a group of similar activities in an organization like marketing or operations. See, I might be working in a company. In a university, my function is a teacher. My role is a teacher. My function is to take classes and what do you say, and to conduct research. So that is a function of my ability, right? My role. I am a teacher. My function is a teacher. So his function is the role of vice chancellor is to do to see the oversee the academic activities as well as administrative activities. So everyone has a different function to perform. So like marketing or operation, you might be in marketing department, some might be in operation department, some might be in testing department, and depending upon the functions you get, you have to perform, and depending upon the role you get, you have to perform your functions accordingly. So these managers who perform specific functions are called functional managers, responsible for just one organizational activity such as accounting, human resources, sales, finance, marketing, or production. As I said earlier, so he will be responsible for only one activity or one function. Like he is responsible only for accounting section. He is responsible only for sales section. He is responsible only for HR, human resource section. So that particular area, that particular function he concentrates on. So that kind of manager is called as functional manager. He focuses on technical area of expertise. As I said earlier, my function is to perform teaching and library science activity. If you put me as a manager in Punjabi, I cannot do anything. So my technical area of expertise is more important, right? So use communication, planning, administration, teamwork, self-management competencies to get work done. So these are the essential skills that is required to make the employees work, make the employees work to achieve the common objectives. Okay, this is a functional type of manager. So there are general managers responsible for the operation of more complex unit. For example, a company or division. So there will be a divisional head. They are not assigned to any specific functions like marketing or what do you say, marketing or operations. They will be general. They will see a whole division itself. In our university system, you can take the example of a dean, right? HOD might be head of that particular department, but dean might be head of more than one department, right? So dean, you can consider dean as a general manager. So to oversee the work of functional manager. That means here dean will look after the work of HOD as well, responsible for all activities of unit. In our case, our dean is Gag sir, right? So he will look after library science department as well as mass communication departments. So both department has different HODs. You can take HOD as functional manager and dean as general manager. So dean will be looking after functional manager also. But functional manager in case of HOD will be looking after the particular department only. So that is the difference between general managers and functional managers. Okay. So these are the basic functions of managerial. These are the basic managerial functions. So four important functions are there. You have to remember this: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. I have given this arrow mark in such a way because it will go on. It will again go on. It is a never-ending process. It is a loop process. So first you have to plan, then you have to organize it, then lead it, control it, and again you have to plan it. It's a cyclic process. It includes the cycle. A cycle wheel will rotate, right? It is a never-ending process. So that is why the arrow mark indicates. After controlling, it's again planning. So we will see and discuss about these four functions in detail. Okay. So again, I have told you the definition of management. Now you might be aware of what is competencies, what is organization, role of management, and role of managers, and with specific example. So this is a basic definition of management. It refers to the task and activities involved in directing an organization or one of its units. So what is the one of its units? As I said, planning, organization, leading. This is some four basic principles of management. So based on this, only every organization works. In library also, we will have planning, organization, leading. We will see that. Okay. So the process of reaching organization goals by working with and through the people and other organizational resources. What do you mean by working with and through the people? You have to work along the people and also with also through them. You have to get the work done as a head. As a head, you have to get the work done from your staff, but at the same time, you also have to work along with them to understand the difficulties they go through. So this is the proper definition of management. Okay. So management and organizational resources. You see, there are three boxes are there. First is organizational resources. What do you mean by organizational resources? It might include human resources, people, financial resources, money, materials, capital resources. Okay, these are the resources of different organization. When you consider university, what are our resources? Staff, students, the non-teaching staff. So these are the resources of a particular in case of university. So what they do is these resources provides input and they will do the production process. And after producing after converting the raw material into uh, condensed form, they will produce the output. That is the finished product. So in case you come here as a student and after completing your degree, that is the production process. After completing your degree, we give inputs. As a teacher, we give inputs. That is the knowledge after gaining the inputs the production you will learn and the production process will increase and after writing your exam and complete a degree you will be a master degree holder that is a certified librarian. So that is the finished product in our case in university case. So the resources is giving inputs and turning the raw materials into finished products. So this is how the organization resources and management works. Okay. So the first thing we saw that for planning, organization, leading, and controlling. So the first is planning. So everyone knows what is plan, right? Whatever you do, whatever you are going to do, you need to plan properly so that we can make the best use of time, right? So before what do you say, before you are going, so Abhilash likes to travel, right? So before he is traveling, he needs to plan something where he wants to go and how he wants to go. So without planning means if he goes means he will not be able to, what do you say, find effectively. If for a certain route, if there is no train, you have to take the bus. So if you plan accordingly, so you can understand, oh, here there will be only bus, there is no train. So proper planning is essential to achieve the goal or aim. Similarly, in organization, planning is very essential, which involves tasks that must be performed to attain organization goals, outlining how the task must be performed, and indicating when they should be performed. That is very important. Outlining, see the point, outlining how the tasks should be performed and indicating when they should be performed. Oh, so when you are going to do, you have to plan how you are going to do it, right? How you are going to do it. There are many ways to do a single task, right? How you are going to do it, so save time and everything, you have to plan properly. So today I cannot complete this, today I cannot complete the whole syllabus of management, right? So my plan is today I have to, my plan is I have planned in such a way that today I have to give you the overview of the concept of management only. So this is my plan, that is my lesson plan. I have planned my lesson for today's session is only I will give you the principles of management, then only I can go to the next topic. That is my plan. So before taking this plan, I have planned effectively. So that I can deliver the content so effectively. Without planning, if I take class means I don't know what to take. So I will be confused also. Even though the subject, I am aware of the subject, I don't know what will be the next slide or next presentation. So if I plan and prepare the materials accordingly, I can save much time. So planning is very important. The two important aspects of planning is how the task, how we are going to do the task. For example, if you are going to Chennai to Bathinda means how you are going to go, by train or by flight, or which is feasible. So you have to take into factors like if money is not important, you can go by flight. If money is important, you can go by train. So if time is important, you can go by flight. So you are the factors you have to take it, right? So how you are going to go, that is a plan. And when they should be performed, certain tasks cannot be performed immediately. They should be performed in the order of flow. Okay, so like that, you have to plan your activities properly. So see, this is the planning is determining organization goals and means to reach them. In case of students, your goal is to complete MLIC degree. That is your first goal, and then to get a good job with this degree. And before that, to complete MLIC degree with sufficient library, sufficient knowledge to survive in the competitive environment. That is very important. So this is your goal. So you have to plan accordingly. So for attaining this goal, what should I do? What is the plan? So for that, the managers and teachers establish three reasons. Establish an overall direction for organization future, identify and commit resources to achieving goals, decide which task must be done to reach these goals. Okay. So establish the overall direction. So overall direction is for you to complete the degree and get a good job. But if you get a good job after complete the degree, I will be happy. That is my goal, to make you survive as a librarian in this competitive environment. So to achieve that, what should I do? I should plan in such a way that I should impart my knowledge, my teaching knowledge to you, so that you can learn. So I have to identify and commit resources to achieving the goals. So as a teacher, I have to identify how I can teach you, how I can best tell you how to gain these knowledges, how I can show you resources, and decide which task must be done to reach these goals. So what are the medium? So now today in the COVID environment, we are in online classes, right? So which what do you say? Which source will be ideal to combine all the people, combine all the students together? So we are using Google Meet. So we find it feasible. So there are many other alternatives also, like Zoom is there, WebEx is there. But I chose Google Meet because so for me it is convenient. For other teacher, WebEx might be convenient. That's according to their requirement. So I have decided which task must be done to reach these goals. So like that, we have to plan properly, step by step, to achieve our goals. Similarly, when you are writing net exam also, you have to plan properly. First, you have to study one by one your concepts, theoretical concepts first. Then only you have to see the question papers like that. So directly, if you see the previous year's question papers, you will not understand. That is the last step. So first is you have to plan accordingly. Subject wise, unit wise, unit by unit, you have to study, understand the theoretical concept, and after understanding the concept, you have to go for the practice and mock question papers. Then you will go along a proper structure and proper planning. Planning is essential to save time and also to achieve your goals effectively. So next is organizing. So after planning, we need to organize it. Okay, organizing means assigning the plan to task, whatever you have planned, to various individuals or groups within the organization, and creating a mechanism to put out plans into action. Okay. So I have planned, for example, I have planned to create a project, right? I have planned to create a project and I want all of you to involve in that project. So what I did is I create a blueprint for the project and I have assigned the task according to each individual based on your capabilities. I am giving data collection part to Ritesh and I'm giving theoretical part to Abhilash and I am giving translation part to Devashish, like that. Everyone I'm giving specific tasks based on their skill. So after planning, I'm organizing my activity and assigning the roles to specific individuals to get my work done. So like that, first you have to plan, then you have to organize it and arrange way. In library, we will plan. We will plan what are the books we need, right? So now after that, we have to organize in the books in the shelf according to the subject number. So that is simple. You can relate it. So the process of deciding where decisions will be made, who will perform what jobs and tasks, who will report to whom in the company, includes creating departments and job descriptions. Correct. So after planning. So if university wants to recruit teachers, they will plan how many teachers they want in each department. So after recruiting the teachers, they will direct. So if they are recruiting teacher in library science department, the teacher will report to the HOD of library science, not to the VC. So they will allocate task in such a way that they will plan and allocate and they will delegate. Delegate means subordination. I am giving my control to my junior. Okay, certain departments. Okay, in the case of our department, HOD can take certain decisions. We need not to go to VC every time. So that is delegation of power, right? So we have to plan and organize it in such a way to achieve our organization or achieve our goals. So let me come back to the net example. So you have planned today you are planning to study unit one. You have a plan, you have created a blueprint. So first I complete unit one, unit two, unit three, like that I will go. So after planning it, you have to organize, you have to collect the materials and organize it in such a way that after completing unit one, you can go to unit two. So organization is very important. The next is leading. Leading is influencing. Means guiding the activities of the organization members in appropriate direction. Objective to improve productivity. See, if there is a good leader, means he will guide you in the right direction, right? So when you are going wrong, also he will guide you. This will be easy for you. If a certain for certain people, certain tasks might be difficult. For certain people, certain tasks might be look easy. So as a leader, as an influencer, the role is to guide you in the right direction. So not every student will learn in the same pace, right? So some students, in your case also, some might be understanding easily. Some might not be able to understand. For them, I can what do you say? I can go according to the pace slope. I can go according to the pace of that particular learner. So that I can understand where which part he is not understanding and how I can able to explain to him. So leading is giving proper direction. When you are deviating from the topic, when you are deviating from your goal, you can say that, oh, this will take long time. If you try this software, it will be good for you. It will be easy and you can finish the work in time. So like that, you have to lead in such a way you have to get the job done effectively and maintain the consistency among the employees. So getting others, as I said earlier, getting others to perform the necessary task by motivating them to achieve the organization goals. Crucial element in all functions. Yeah, it's very important. A bad leader means you will not be able to get the work done, right? So leading should be done in a proper way that you have to motivate the employees. Now my job is to motivate you to study well and to gain knowledge. So discuss throughout. So this is the what do you say function of leading. Next is controlling. Gather information that measures recent performance, compare present performance to pre-established standards, determine modification to meet pre-established standard. Right. So for example, before coming into this, what do you say? Before coming into this MLISE, if I assess your knowledge means you will have no knowledge. So after coming into MLIS, first sem you have finished, second sem you have finished. So I have I have a predefined standard that You have to score more than what do you say 8 CGPA. So in the first semester you scored 7.5, and the second semester you scored 8.5. That means there is improvement. There is improvement. You are doing improvement. So I can compare. I can compare. See the second point. I can compare present performance to pre-established standards or previous performance. Right. The pre-established standards you have to get. Everyone has to get above 8. That is pre-established. So when you are comparing present with past performance, in the first semester you got 75, second semester you got 85. That means there is improvement. I'm comparing. So that means I'm doing a good job. So that is how we evaluate our, what do you say, our employees. In case I am evaluating my students, if you are improving, there is improvement means that is good. If you are decreasing, first time you got 75, second time you got 65 means then there is a problem. I have to identify where it went wrong, and again I have to make sure that you don't do the same mistake again. Process by which a person, group, or organization monitors the performance and take corrective action. As I said earlier, I have to monitor your performance. I have to make sure whether you are learning properly or not, whether you are understanding the concepts or not. Then only you can able to survive. Then for that, I will give you some assignments or practical uh, simulation like that, so that you can see, so that I can get to know that whether you have really understood the concept or not. And I will monitor the performance. In the first separate test you got 6 marks, second separate test you got 8 marks. There is improvement, right? So now we so far we have discussed what is organization, what is competencies, what is the role of management in organization, what is the who is manager, role of manager, types of manager, and basic managerial functions. Now we are going to levels of management. So there are what do you say, 4 levels: top managers, middle managers, first line managers, non-managers. These are the 4 levels of management. Okay, we will see one by one. So who are the top managers? In our case, let me tell you an example with university. In university, who will be the top manager? Vice chancellor. He is the top, responsible for providing the overall direction of the organization. So he will give the notices, overall direction. So conduct online classes. So conduct using this platform. He will be directing. Develop goals and strategies for entire organization. How to take the organization, how to take the university forward. Spend most of your time planning and leading. Yeah. Their role is, we saw 4 roles, right? Planning, leading, controlling, uh, organizing. So no, the top level man, the role of top level managers is planning and leading. So you have to make note of these points, because these kind of questions will be asked in net exams. So what are the roles performed by top level managers? So like that. So if you understand the key terminologies, you will never forget the concept. So communicate with key stakeholders. Who is stakeholder in case of our university? Faculty members, deans, HODs, faculties, and students. These are the stakeholders. Use multicultural and strategic action capabilities to lead firm is crucial. Yeah, in our universities, we have faculties and students from all over the state, right? So you cannot adopt a single strategy. You have to use strategy which includes all the cultures, right? So like that, that is the role of the top level management. He gives direction, he plans and controls the things, and then he always discusses with stakeholders. That means meetings. So where how is the progress so far and what we can do to improve, like that. So that is the role of top level managers. So next is first line manager. After top level, directly comes the first line. In our case, deans, we can say deans. Okay, administrative heads, deans. They are first line. Have direct responsibility for producing goods or services. Foreman, supervisors, electrical supervisors. In our case, deans and HODs, we can say deans as a first line manager. Then middle managers is HODs. We can say HODs as middle manager. After dean comes HOD. Coordinate employee activities. The HOD will see whether the faculty are taking class or not, whether the students are attending class or not. That is the role of middle level. Determine which goods or services to provide. Design how to market goods or services in case of companies, right? So in case of organization, the goals varies. In university, the goals varies, right? So top managers provide the overall direction of organization. CEO, as I said earlier, top manager is vice chancellor, CEOs, vice president, or whoever the head of the organization will be at the top. So first line manager is responsible for production of goods and service. Employee who report to first line manager to do the organization work. For example, HOD might be asking from dean. I might be asking from HOD. So this is how the organizational structure works. Middle level is responsible for objectives that are consistent with top management goals and translating them into specific goals and plan for first line managers to implement. In our case, for library science, we HODs and HODs will decide the syllabus according to the requirement of the competitive world, and also performs program objectives in such a way that it matches with the organization's vision and mission. Okay, when you go through our university website, you will find the syllabus. Now the syllabus link has been uploaded. If you are free, you go through our university website and search for syllabus. In MLIS syllabus for the next year, we have given some program outcomes and program vision and mission like that. Program specific outcomes, program educational outcomes. That means the education program, after completing the program, what the students will learn and how they will be able to survive. That should come in par with the university's outcome, university's vision and mission, right? So this is how the top middle level managers, that is in our case HODs, will manage, and they will ask the teachers to perform that work, right? So these are the different skills of different levels of management. So top level management is conceptual. They will think, conceptualize the skill and try how to implement it. Middle level management is human skills. In case of HODs, they need to uh, they need to assign work to teachers. Today, this is your period. Do they or like that? They need to assign. This is a program objective. So prefer frame a blueprint and lesson plan like that. Supervisory or operational management needs technical skills. When you are supervising something like lab assistant, we can take lab assistant. So lab assistant means he is control of that particular lab only. So he is specialized in particular lab. When we say machine lathe, so he is a workshop instructor. So he is a technical assistant in workshop instructor. In hospitals, you will have lab technicians, right? They are responsible for taking scans and X-rays. Right? Doctors won't do that. So they are operational management, supervision. They are in charge of that particular lab. They supervise that lab and they are in control of that lab. Okay, so this is how the different skills and management of organization works. So now coming to the features, what are the features? So whatever I have told you, all these elements will be included in the features. So it is associated with group effort management. Yeah, as I told you, individual cannot bring what is say individual cannot bring, even in case individual cannot bring glory to the organization, because in case of when you take a simple case of cricket, even if Sachin scores 100, if other batsman scores 0, India will lose. Score only will be 100, right? So individual alone cannot bring success to the organization. It needs group effort. So that is the first point. Management is purposeful. Yeah, there should be a purpose. The management should there should be a purpose. So if you are studying MLISC means there should be a purpose. Why you are studying it? So because you want to become knowledge managers or librarians or scientists in good institutions, right? So that is a purpose. So for that you have to effectively manage. Management is accomplished through the efforts of others. That is very true. So if you are not studying means, then my role is waste here. I am not managing you effectively. I am teaching you, but unless you get marks, I will not get credit. Right? Even though I have done my job, I have given you, what do you say? I have given you all the materials. I have taken every class, but still you fail, and still you are finding it difficult to get a job means that means the management is not successful. Unless you are successful in your field, then only the management is successful. Management is goal oriented, right? As I tell you, goal. There should be a specific goal. Your goal is to complete MLISC, have sufficient skills and knowledge, and to get a good job. So this is goal. It is goal oriented. So indispensable. Indispensable in the case it cannot be substituted. Computer cannot do the work of management. Even though technology can help people to manage, but it can not alone do the work of management. So that is why it is called as management is indispensable. Management is intangible. Intangible means you cannot touch it or feel it. I am managing you, but I am not touching or feeling it. We cannot feel. So that is why it is called as intangible. Tangible is you can touch and feel it. A tangible product, let it be a cricket ball or something, you can touch and feel it. Emotion, you cannot touch and feel it. That is intangible. Management can ensure better life. Yeah, if there is proper management, it will lead you to a better life. If you are having a proper coach or a proper teacher, your knowledge and your skills will improve. So that can ensure you a better life. If you are having a bad teacher who doesn't know anything, means what will happen? your knowledge will not improve, right? Though you get the degree, your knowledge will not improve. So management can ensure you to get a better life. So this is a common debate whether management is in the arts stream or science stream, but it is both. It is both. Management is arts as well as science. Management is arts as well as science. How is that? Because managing is the arts of arts because it organizes and uses human talent, right? Management requires other management organizes and uses human talent. So whatever skills you are having, I'm using it. The management is using it to the good effect to achieve the organization goals. So, the university has found out that he is good in teaching library science. Those they have recruited me for library science teacher, so that I can impart my knowledge to the students. Right. So it uses people like me and organizes me to a particular department. So it comes under art. So management is science. How it is also science. So science, you see, science and scientific principles follow a common procedure. Okay, there will be rules. Step one is like that. Step two is like that. The algorithms. So when you follow a set of common procedures, rules, and regulation, it comes under science. Management follows a systematic method to find a possible solution for a problem. That is true, actually. So for that is true. When you do the research, what you will do, you will formulate a problem and you will see what is the, you will see how to solve the problem. There will be a step by step. In mathematics, what you will do without writing the answer, without writing the answer directly, even if you there is a step. So management follows that particular step. If you want to, for example, I can give you a simple example. If you want to terminate an employee, if the management wants to terminate an employee or terminate a student, there is a proper step. There is a proper step, right? What they will do? They will first call the employee and see what the case is about. And unless the employee is proven guilty, you cannot terminate it. The inquiry will happen. That is a protocol. Even though if the management knows this, he has done wrong, they have to prove it. Directly, you cannot terminate it. There are proper procedure. That is a systematic procedure. So that is why it is called as management is a science. So management is both art as well as science. It is a multidisciplinary. So now we are coming to what you say. After we learn the principles of management, organization, management, and managerial principle, we will see how we can combine the managerial principles with the library. So everyone know what is library, right? So again, Jadis, I will give you a brush up on this topic. It's a delivery room for the birth of ideas, where is place where history comes to life. I have given this definition because I like this definition very much. See, it's a delivery room for the birth of ideas, a place where history comes to life. That is true. Nah? It's beautifully written. But we in library you will have resources for every domain, right? Let me take a traditional library. You have books in every department, right? And from ranging from medieval period to the modern period, where history comes to life. If you want anything, you will go to the library in those days. Right now Google is doing everything, but it cannot replace the library. So now what is library management? So we know what is management and what is library. Now we are going to combine the managerial aspects with library. That is library management. It is a sub-discipline of institutional management that focuses on specific issues faced by libraries and library management professionals. It encompasses normal management task as well as intellectual freedom and fundraising responsibilities, issues faced in management frequently that overlap with those faced in managing non-profit organization. This definition may look what do you say very jargon, very what do you say very vague to you. This is a technical definition, but I can explain to you in simple words. The functions of library management is to make sure that the library is running properly to achieve its common goal. Right? What is the goal of the library? Right? What is the goal of the library? To promote reading among, in the case of university library, to promote reading among students, faculty, and other non-teaching staff, the stakeholders. We will take them as stakeholders, right? So promote reading habits among stakeholders. That is the main goal of the library. If you have that goal, so what are the steps you will take to do that? So that four steps involves planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So these are the steps to ensure that library is achieving its goal, right? We have to plan in such a way that the library is achieving its goals. So simple definition I will give you. See, this is a simple definition. That is a technical definition. I want to show you. Manage all the functions of the library like cataloging, classification, uh, stock verification, providing information to achieve the common goal. To achieve the common goal to ensure reading habits among the researchers. If there is no cataloging and classification, whoever the student, when the student comes to the library, they will find it difficult to access the books, right? So that the managerial functions of the library is very essential. So So we will see the four functions combined with the library. As I said earlier, what are the four functions? Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So how will you plan in the library? Planning is about systematically making decision about library goals. We know what is the goal, right? I have given a sample goal to promote reading habits. So that is our goal. You have to plan. What will you do? What are the steps you will do to take to make reading to promote reading habits among students? I will give a simple example. I will conduct orientation to the first year, right? So students who are joining first year, when we conduct library orientation, they will get to know, oh, these many books are available in the library, these many teachers are available. So we can plan. We have planned in such a way, and I have planned a library hour for every class. That means this is planning to ensure that people come to the library and read books. That is called planning. And next is organizing. Organizing is assembling and coordinating human, financial, physical, informal, and other resources that need to achieve library goals. Again, everything is linked to library goal only. Here, the goal is to improve reading habits. So next, I have planned. I am planning to conduct orientation classes and inform about new arrivals and library hour. This is how I plan to improve reading habits. So so next is organization. So what organization do? Organizing helps in achieving my goals, library goals. So I have to arrange books in such a way that when a student comes to the library, he finds it easily. That is why classification and cataloging comes into play, right? And I have to keep sections, reading sections, and every section's reference section and pinpoint. So when they want to see for particular information, they can see it without much help. If everything is jumbled and everything is what you say mixed all together, the student or the user will find it very difficult. So organizing is very important to achieve library goals, right? So next is leading about the functions that involve efforts on the part of the library to stimulate high performance by the employee. So in our university library, there is a librarian, assistant librarian, many technical staff. So the librarian must ensure that he provides proper leading activities. He is a good leader. He ensures that he is a good leader to make to get the best out of employees. Certain employee might be good in technical skills. So you can give them library website design, institutional repository design. Certain person is good at practical, traditional library skills. You can give them work like classification, cataloging. So depending upon the skills and the expertise of that individual, a leader should ensure that they are putting the employees in the right place to make the work done to achieve the organizational goals, right? So finally, controlling. Controlling is after putting everything in space, you are controlling the variables. So this year we got around 1,000 users. So next year we are comparing. Our target is 2,000 members should come into the library. So what are the steps we need to take? Again, I have to plan for that. So that is why it is a cyclic process. I hope now you understood the concept of management with the library. So in larger library, this is just what you say. It's a definition, right? In larger library setup, library organization involves assembling, forming logical units of work, defining hierarchical structures, identifying staffing requirement, assigning tasks and responsibilities, coordinating to achieve the library goals. As I said earlier, these four: planning, organizing, leading, controlling, and again planning. So these four are essential for any for any kind of management. So the same applies to library management as well. See, this is the equipments and tools like furnitures, accessories. The following is the list of essential furnitures fitting for adult education setup. So this is just what are the tools and furnitures required. Just I want to list it out. So I'm not going into detail in this. So maintenance. So this is an important part. When you want to maintain a library collection, you purchase everything. How will you maintain? How will you preserve it? How will you preserve it? How will you maintain? So preservation and conservation is one kind of maintaining library materials. So you need to take proper care of collections with the view to prolong its life. What do you mean by prolong? Prolong is to increase its life. Okay. So there will be books which are very old, right? So you need to ensure that the books are not damaged, right? You need to take steps sufficiently. So in order to avoid from termites or something, they will keep tobacco leaves, neem leaves inside the books. In many old libraries, libraries in old books, they'll keep neem leaves so that the bookworms and other termites won't tear the pages. So then and regular cleanings of books will be there in order to avoid dust and other things. So preservation is very material. Now we are going to digital preservation. So digital preservation, they are harvesting metadata and they are preserving digital what is it? Digital objects and digital books like using institutional repository software and other migration emulation techniques. And we will see that in later part of the sessions. Okay. So now I am telling about the basics how to preserve library material. So then organizing reading materials on shelf and their rectification, right? That is very important. So books and other reading materials are organized into different collections, right? So we know that we follow DDC system. DDC system in academic libraries and UDC system in special libraries. Commonly, it is commonly followed. So you have to organize in such a books. So what happens is when a user takes a book from a particular shelf or something, after he returns, if he takes the books outside the library after issuing, that's okay, fine. So he will return to you. If he just reads the books and keeps it in the table, means you have to ensure that the book is restored into the proper place. That is called as shelf rectification. Rectification means restoring the book into proper place. You will just read the book and keep it in the table and go. You have to ensure that before closing the library, all the books are restored to the proper place, so that when the next user comes, he can take the book from there. So stock verification. Stock verification should be done every year, physically checking how many books. So for this year, if you have 1,000 books, means next year, if you have had another 1,000 books, means the collection will be 2,000. So stock verification should be done every year to ensure that no books are missing or to find out when any books are missing or gone out or something like that. So stock verification is very essential. So if in case of minimum number of books, you can do it manually, but in a case of university library, 1 lakh or 2 lakh books, how will you do it? So there are certain technologies like RFIDs and something, radio frequency technology, where the software, when you take the what do you say, when you take the RFID reader, it will automatically capture the data of accession number and it will import in the software. These technologies will help you do stock verification easier, right? So we will see in detail about stock verification process when we come to the topic. So this is how you properly maintain a library collection. So when we are come to the end part of this today's class. Management issues are fundamental to any library. How do we plan to get things done and motivate employees and put in place controls to make sure our plans are followed and goals are met? As I said earlier, library management is a sub-discipline of institutional management. So, as an institution, the role of university is to impart knowledge and gain knowledge. So, library plays a vital role in the imparting knowledge and gaining knowledge for students and faculty members, right? So, it is a sub-discipline of institutional goals, right? So, library should be managed effectively in such a way that so the goals of the library as well as the institution organization goals are achieved.